Huh. Ah, there you go. Okay. My bad. I am so very sorry about that. As I was saying earlier, um, there was a big boom here in Versailles near the house, and there was an explosion, and then the power went off. I suspect it was a transformer, and clearly it made had some effect in my in my broadcast because we didn't have any sound for the beginning of it, but I think we are fine now. I hope that we won't have any problems with today's broadcast. So, as usual, good morning, everyone. Sorry the sound was off. I just noticed it, and I think everything is fine now. This is Coffee and Headlines. You know what we do. But if by any chance you don't, this is where we get together and play with our handmade coasters while we broadcast. No, this is where we share headlines from our city and state and country for you to stay connected with our city. Dang. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to connect again with. Oh, Harold says you. Oh, you can see me. You can hear me, but can you see me? I mean, if you can hear me, uh, it is a good thing. I don't really mind if you cannot see me. Um, but ultimately, what I want is for you to get the information that we have prepared. Okay, so I am seeing some comments from you that things seem to be working. Um, so I am going to continue with the broadcast. And thank you, Karen. Thank you very much. Thank you all for your reactions. I appreciate that because otherwise, I'm not entirely sure what's going on out there. But as always, some things are within my control and other things are not. Hopefully, we'll be able to continue with this broadcast as usual. So as long as we're here and as long as things seem to be working fine, let us just dive into our news just to get going. Okay, so the Virgin of Guadalupe celebrations ended with a bang yesterday here in Puerto Vallarta with close to 13,000 people visiting the Church of Our Lady of Guadalupe, according to the municipality's Civil Protection Department. 13,000 people went to the Guadalupe Church yesterday. That seems amazing to me, and you will find out why later. Meanwhile, in Mexico City, it was reported that between December 8 and yesterday, some 11 million people visited the Basilica to pay their respects to Our Lady of Guadalupe. And for those people that walked to Mexico City from different cities to get there, as some believers do, the Mexico City government deployed 10 modules along the highways where at least 250,000 people were provided with water, basic foods, or medical attention. Meanwhile, here in Puerto Vallarta, maybe all the Guadalupe excitement overwhelmed the city as the municipality did not acknowledge or otherwise celebrated the 171st anniversary of the foundation of our city yesterday, an event that by the book should be acknowledged by our administration. And here's a funny thing. Apparently, City Hall realized the snafu early in the day and asked Mayor Michel's private secretary to send a message to the city council via WhatsApp at 2:30 in the afternoon to invite them to an anniversary shindig to take place at 8 p.m. last night. But an hour later, the invitation was rescinded. Ni modo. Moving right along. Oh, we have dings after each news item. I hope you can hear the dings. Noticias PV reports that another crocodile was captured on the beach not far from the Naked Lady sculpture behind Soriana. This is in the hotel zone. The crocodile was monitored to prevent any incidents with beachgoers and then captured to be relocated to the Ameca River. And here's a friendly reminder that Jalisco's mobility law indicates that vehicular verification is mandatory and will remain at 500 pesos per vehicle. Yes, you get to pay 500 pesos a year to verify your vehicle, but keep in mind that if your vehicle gets stopped for whatever reason and it has not been properly verified, you can expect to receive a fine that will range between 1,924 pesos to 2,405 pesos. It is worth remembering that Jalisco is one of 16 states throughout Mexico that has instituted a vehicle verification program. In case any of this is news to you, I will leave the official website with all the necessary information in the show notes for you to learn more about vehicle verification. And if you drive your own vehicle, you may have to get it verified and sometime in the near future. Now, the reason why I find the numbers visiting our Church of Guadalupe a little overwhelming is because yesterday we reported a slight increment in COVID-19 cases nationwide. And now we learned that the state of Nuevo León, north of the country, is not taking any chances as they have brought back mandatory face mask use in enclosed spaces. So the state of Nuevo León may be going through more cases than we are. It is hard to tell whether this will happen in the state of Jalisco again or when it could happen in the state of Jalisco again. But in the meantime, you know what to do to take good care of yourselves. And for me, for my comfort level, I am very glad that I was not anywhere near the Church of Guadalupe yesterday. And now, let's take a look at the weather forecast just to see what is in store for today and the next couple of days. Snarky Weatherman says, I would pay money to boo Elon Musk off a stage. Apparently, this happened yesterday or the day before. I'm not sure. What matters here is that it is 26 degrees right now. Humidity is at 51%. Gotta love that. And our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 78. Our weather forecast for today says clear through the day and with a high of 28 and a low of 17. And then Wednesday, tomorrow, will be another clear day with a high of 27 and a low of 16. Bon voyage, Sherry. I see that Sherry's about to board her plane. And Thursday, we'll have another clear day with a high of 27 and a low of 15. So it's getting chilly, and I'm loving this. This is total crochet weather for me. Now, yesterday, we told you about a viewer who had completed a quilt in honor of Our Lady of Guadalupe. and she was looking for a place to land it. She was looking for a senior citizen um, to whom she could gift it. And I asked this viewer, her name is Lina Gates, and I asked her, "Can we take a look at it?" And I had no idea it was going to be such a masterpiece. Take a look at this work of art. It is gorgeous. I have suggested to her that maybe the thing to do is to visit the Church of Guadalupe, where she might be able to connect with a suitable owner of such a beautiful creation. I think this is just stunning. Now, moving right along, we have a saying in Mexico that says, En martes ni te cases ni te embarques, which means that never get married and never start a journey on a Tuesday. And meanwhile, in the United States, for example, you get all spooked out of Friday the 13th, but here in Mexico, it is Tuesday the 13th that is the bad luck day. For superstitious folks out there, we don't know if Tuesday is a bad luck day due to Mars, the Roman god of war. We don't know if the 13th is a bad number because of Judas. All we know is today is a bad day to travel, and today is a bad day to get married in Mexico. If you are flying from somewhere else, you may have other beliefs. You may not be superstitious, but it is Tuesday the 13th, and I thought I'd let you know. And the last item that I have for you, ding! If you're a book reader, you know that we love to pay attention to what Vox publishes. And Vox just published a collection of what they consider to be the 16 best English books, both fiction and nonfiction, for this year. So if you're curious as to what Vox found to be the best reads of the year, you may want to take a look at this article, which is, of course, written in English. And now, let us take a good look at your comments. And again, I wish to apologize for the bumpy beginning. As I mentioned before, there was that loud boom and power outage, and we don't know exactly what was going on. Let's see. We have oh dear. Dense theory is that it sounded like a transformer. That's what I thought. A transformer after a squirrel got into it and fried the squirrel and the transformer. Ouch. I hope that didn't happen to a poor squirrel. Wow, this went all the way to Las Gaviotas, so there must have been a transformer problem here or there. Let's see what else happened. Michal recalls an incident where a cat got fried in El Centro. That's painful. Anyhow, let's see what else we have. It's a good thing we're a cluster, because this has been a clusterfuck. I love it. Well, I'm glad that things got back to normal, at least for today's broadcast. Let's see what else we have. Doody-doody-doody-doo. Thank you for all your reports that things are good with the broadcast. I really appreciate your patience when these things happen. Let's see. Beautiful comments about the quilt. And Barbara didn't know about Tuesday the 13th. Isn't that weird? Isn't that fascinating? That I mean, I don't know about the rest of the world, but I know Friday the 13th is a big deal north of the border. But here in Mexico, it is Tuesday the 13th. It has always been that way. And I think this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. After that interesting little strange beginning, I thank you for connecting with me, and I thank you for your comments today. I figured we won't mention our Thursday happening because it's already in order, but I will send out the link to the broadcast this afternoon. As you know, this is a broadcast only for members, so you have until tomorrow to join as a member, whether it's monthly or annual, if you wish to participate in our giveaway. Somebody asked yesterday, do I have to be on the live broadcast in order to win? The answer is yes. So this afternoon, I will send you the private link so that you can access the broadcast. Needless to say, please don't share it with non-members. And then we'll send it again on Wednesday so that you can see it. If you are not getting these messages, please remember that you can always go to the address above, buymeacoffee.com/ojedapaco, where you can log in and you can see all the content and all the messages that we've sent exclusively for members. And if you have any questions, just send us a message. So there you have it. Have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning.